monthly portfolio update videos. This will be the update video for September and going into it, and just kind of overviewing how August went as well. Just to start off, looking at the portfolios, the stake, my US portfolio currently sits at $11,438 US. So I believe that's roughly around like 16,700 Australian dollars. And my Vanguard account is sitting at 1,176 Australian dollars, which is probably roughly around like the $800 range for USD. Yeah, not the best month for investors after a nice good run. Things have kind of taken a hit recently, especially when you look kind of in the news. You could see here Jerome Powell's comments fuel the slide. Things are kind of all going down. The easiest way to look at it is just you can kind of go in here and you can see how things have tracked in just the last month. You see the S&P's down 4.2%, NASDAQ down 5.2%, and Dow Jones down 4%. So pretty much everything's been down. The month was going alright, and then you can see just after the meeting how things have kind of taken a bit of a nosedive. But again, not a real problem for me as someone who's looking long term. I see this as an opportunity to probably buy in more now again, which is good as things have kind of been on the up. It's good to be able to buy back in when things are going down. And yeah, speaking of buying in, the last month, kind of the main things that have happened is you can kind of see here, put a deposit in, 750 Australian dollars, which was $500 USD. And yeah, I've been a bit more active, just trying to buy through things. Going through the start of August, sold my eBay stock, which I got for free for referring people. Bought some JP Morgan, it was down, another good dividend paying stock. Bought some Costco dividend, was good. Apple, these are little dividends, but they're growing. And kind of when I look back at when I started, my Apple dividend was a lot smaller. So even a $3 dividend now is good to see. I actually bought into Amazon. That's a new position of mine. I'll go through a little bit, talk about. Bought some into Microsoft and VOO, consistently buying into these things, just good, strong companies, good fundamentals, and just trying to build my equity in them, especially when things have been a bit more down this year. So good time to buy in. And kind of looking through the portfolio again, Apple, still my best winner, has been down. I mean, you look at just the last month, it's down 3.4%, but had a great run up all the way up till, I think it was 175. I saw it at once, and now it's gone all the way back down to the 150s. So realistically it wasn't going to stay around that 170s. It was going to take a dip eventually, so it's doing that now. Kind of going through everything's down. Meta, my least favorite position, is actually up on the month for one thing, so at least that's good to look at. Maybe it can get up enough to the point where I can sell it and feel a bit better about it. But the portfolio hasn't done too bad. I made the recent addition lately of starting my Vanguard account. I bought into this. I did a video on it recently. I've got 6 shares of VAS, which is just the Australian shares index, like top 200 in the ASX. And then I got the VGS, which is a bit more of a broader big ETF, which I also got 6 shares of. They're both around that 550 range, and then I've got $100 in cash. So this Vanguard account is more for my retirement type of things, more long term, and the stake account is more for videos and just for general fun, buying into stocks, companies I like, and just doing a bit more. This is more US, and my Vanguard one's going to be more Australian. But going through everything, it's been a bit of a rough month, especially with things going down. With you see mentions from Jerome Powell, and a bunch of news going around about issues of things such as inflation, which is really nothing new. And I really don't plan on changing too much about my portfolio. I've put in, I think about $1,000 in August, I think it was. I plan on doing the exact same now in September, and just slowly putting in more and trying to get it to $20,000 Australian of invested. So that should hopefully be attainable by the end of the year. And then for my Vanguard account, I'll probably put in another $250 for this month, maybe even $500. But money's a little bit tighter now than what it was previously, so trying to split it up as well is a bit different. And in terms of what I'm going to buy, yeah, hopefully I can buy stuff soon, especially if things stay down. I wouldn't mind that. I'm looking at probably, yeah, like I always do, putting more into VOO and kind of even going through the watch list, just looking at general stocks, what could be good to buy into. Something like JP Morgan, which has seen such a rough time. I did invest into Amazon, and I kind of wanted to take a deep dive, well, not necessarily a deep dive, but kind of a look into why I invested into this company. I mean, when you look at Amazon, it's had a rough year. It's down 27%, so it's not like I'm buying it at some all-time high price or anything like that. Yeah, I'm already down a little bit, 5% on overall, but that's not a really big worry to me. I mean, it's an amazing company, and I've been watching some videos. Joseph Carlson is an investor I watch as well, who does similar videos with transparent kind of finance, showing his portfolio. His portfolio is a lot bigger than mine, but I really like how he goes through in his videos, and he's invested in Amazon. He's got a heavy position into it, and I kind of watched his video and I really agreed on some of the points. And yeah, the PE ratio might look a bit crazy at the moment, but that's because of the way Amazon does their balance sheets as well. Amazon pretty much has a foot in everything. Everyone uses it. Their Prime Day went amazing this year, which was great to hear. And yeah, I still believe the company has a runway for growth. That's a big issue with the company in some investors' eyes, that it doesn't really potentially have that growth anymore. Because when you look, it did kind of sit stable for a little while, and it has dropped down. So yeah, it was previously sitting at around like the 3,300s pre stock split. And yeah, I see it as a great company. I used to own it back in the day. I ended up selling it for a profit, and yeah, I wanted to get back into it a little bit, even though it's a small position. I was thinking of maybe growing it, and yeah, it's been down on the month like basically everything has been, but in the 3 months it's back up 4%. And yeah, like I said, they generate amazing amounts of cash flow, very stable. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. They're kind of putting their foot into everything, so it's kind of like an ETF in a stock almost, how diversified they are. And I see the company, as they expanded, like you've seen how many warehouses and stuff they've bought and opened, it's just going to lead to more and more growth. And as the company grows more, you'll start seeing it, like the PE ratio looks crazy now, but when they start realizing stuff on their balance sheets, the number will go down or look a lot more reasonable, but nothing will fundamentally change in the company. And yeah, I see it as a great opportunity to buy in. I'm not going to make it a major position in my portfolio by any means. You probably get up to, hopefully I can get up to like that $1,000 mark, and yeah, hopefully I can have that in there. Again, I already invest in QQQ and VOO, which are also invested in Amazon, so I still am getting shares of it in that, and I see it as a great company, so I'm going to continuously invest. And yeah, hopefully it does do well and can kind of reflect on how I believe and others believe how successful this company really can be. So that's why I'm adding that to my portfolio. But yeah, I'm keen to go through that and kind of go through it and decide what I'll buy. I'll keep it updated, especially in the next video, what I do end up buying. You could see I bought more tech recently, and yeah, VOO. If I am going to buy in my Vanguard, I'll just keep buying into these two positions. They're two positions I believe in. I don't really want to diversify too much into other funds. I believe these two ones give me enough diversification, and so I'll use those. And then yeah, hopefully I can build this up. The goal probably at the end of September is for this portfolio to probably hit around the 12.5k mark. Hopefully things can go up with gains. Things were looking good. I was around that 4% down, and now things have gone all the way back to around 11%, so that's a bit rough. But again, this is for 10 years down the line, so this little bit now is just learning curves as I kind of go through it, as I've only been investing for like a year and a half now. So yeah, that's a bit more about how the portfolio is tracked along. Again, it's sitting around, both of them combined, sitting around 18,000 Australian dollars, and I think that's around about 12.5 US thousand dollars. And yeah, hopefully I can keep growing it up. And especially speaking about with the channel, this is something I'm trying, just doing it live. Maybe even down the line I can try to get in a video screen of myself in the top corner, make it a bit more personal. And yeah, that's kind of the goals for it, instead of normally just me editing through it, I wanted to do a one live run, and hopefully this is a bit different. It's something I wanted to try, and yeah, the channel's really been growing. Just recently broke 100 subscribers. I think I'm on 104 now, after kind of that first part where you're going through kind of struggling to get subscribers. Now I'm seeing a bit more growth, so that's another good thing to see. And yeah, as I continue to grow, more invested into the channel, and yeah, hopefully the video qualities and overall videos can get better. And yeah, that's kind of like the goal with it, to grow it to a point where it's a bit more, I can invest more time into it, and it becomes a bit more of a, not a job, but a bit more prioritized towards it, especially with me doing uni right now. It's great doing this on the side, but yeah, that's a goal with the account. Hopefully things can keep growing, and yeah, this is a new format, and that's a bit of a wrap up for how August went and my plans for going into September.